Hello everyone, I'm Captain Logan. I got my son Jason.
Hi.
And my son Freddy.
Hi.
Virtua Fighter 5 Ultimate Showdown just came out today. We're very, very excited about it. I was a little bit concerned that this was going to just be basically exactly a Virtua Fighter 5 again with a little bit of tweaks. It is surprisingly not that. We've been playing it for about half an hour, 45 minutes since we downloaded it, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to stream it because I didn't know just how worth it that was going to be, and if it was going to be, different enough, and it is neat, and we really want to show it to you. So here we go. Jason and I are going to play a couple matches, and then he's got to go back and get to his schoolwork, and then Freddy and I will keep playing for you guys for a while. So yeah, we're not going to do any online stuff. There's a lot of new online modes and things I've not looked into yet because I'm just not a big online gamer. I usually play Virtua Fighter one player or locally with people who come over and my kids and stuff. So that's what we're going to do today, just some good old-fashioned couch co-op. And anybody that happens to pop in, hi there, Bryant. Please let me know how the audio balance is, if you're having a hard time hearing us or hearing the game or anything. Menus are all totally different. The music on the menus is totally different. This is a remake of a game that came out 10 years ago, and it is wonderfully updated, and I think just the perfect definitive version so far of Virtua Fighter. We will play a few rounds the normal way, and then we'll pop in and change some settings and show you some of the retro stuff. There are polygonal versions of every character to make it look like a throwback to Virtua Fighter 1, which is super cool looking. And you can also play with, if you're playing with the downloadable content, that's part of that package, which we got. You also can play with every music track ever in a Virtua Fighter game.
See, this is harder because you're not, like, small.
Yeah, because you're playing Wolf against Eileen, who's like 4'9" or something.
Yeah, and Wolf is like a giant.
I think we'll just start referring to him as Wolf 359. What do you think? Ooh, nicely done. Virtua Fighter is a big thing that I do with my kids. I grew up on this game. Not this game, but Virtua Fighter 2 specifically, more than anything. Jason, let's play one more round and then I'll throw Freddy on it.
Okay, cool. Well, that was
Hi, Dave Atkins.
fast.
How you doing? He says, glad you're enjoying this one, Cap. Really hope this leads to an eventual Virtua Fighter 6. I know, me too. The way the press releases read and everything, it sounded really final, which was weird. Like this was going to be the last thing they'd give us. But everything about the way they've been marketing it, besides just some of the lingo they've been using, some of the direct quotes, kind of leads you to think that they're wanting to like test the waters and see how much interest there still is in this franchise outside of Japan, because of course Virtua Fighter is still relatively popular in Japan as far as I understand it. But they've made this free for PS Now users, so if you're paying for the online, you can play this game for free. They did it as kind of a sleeper drop. We knew this was coming out from leaks, I think, a few weeks back, but when we finally got a trailer, it was like, oh, next week. Oh, okay. Remember that, Jason?
Yeah.
And it was nuts. We were gonna get it the day after Memorial Day. We just couldn't believe it. Okay, why don't you play one more?
Okay, because I'm playing awful
Lousily.
right now.
Yeah.
Well, you're just really good at Virtua Fighter.
Oh, thanks, man.
Brad, I don't think we can break the fence.
I'm not remotely tournament worthy, and I haven't spent enough time with 5, so a lot of the moves that I'm using regularly are stuff that goes all the way back to 1 and 2. There's a lot of things that I need to learn how to do.
I pressed the wrong button.
Oh, that's alright. I think you can, in fact, break the fence, but I can't remember how you do it. Chewbacca's Lover, I'll read that in a second, because I was in the middle of a thought. I'm trying to remember what it was that I was saying, but because they made it free, besides the downloadable content, it makes me think that, and because they're making a big deal out of this being a game made specifically for esports and tournaments, it really makes sense that they would be... Ooh, I like Kaji's suit there. It really makes sense that they would be testing the waters to try to make more Virtua Fighter down the road. But yeah, I've just been waiting for something like this forever, and I was really disappointed when we found out that it was just going to be yet another version of VF5.
I thought that was done because Final Showdown was final.
Yeah, we had Final and then Ultimate.
And then Ultimate. Like, I don't get it.
But it's just lovely. You could have almost sold this as a new game. Not really, because it's the same arenas and everything.
Yeah.
And you'd hope for maybe, you know, 2 new characters again. And such. So if you haven't tried this out yet and you're curious about it, if you don't play online, because I only pay online, you know, monthly when I happen to be playing with somebody specifically, because I don't regularly do that, you, if you're playing online, you can get it for free. If you don't do that, it's $30 and that includes the DLC. So it was worth it to us, and this is Virtua Fighter was one of the only exceptions I was making this year for spending money on myself, because I had the New Year's resolution, which is part of the reason I wanted to go ahead and make a video, so that, you know, it's kind of for the channel at that point. But there was a rumor last year that there was going to be an arcade 1-up machine for Virtua Fighter, and
which I found.
Yeah, and it turns out that's not happening. I hope someday it will. But because it looked like that might happen, I was making Virtua Fighter an exception, so I've decided, since that arcade machine wasn't coming out, this counts. Anyway, you've got to go back and get to your schoolwork. Okay. Freddy and I are going to play now a little bit. Freddy, why don't we play a couple matches, and then we'll do some of the retro stuff.
Okay.
Does that sound good? Mm-hmm. Freddy, who is... Bye, Jason.
Bye.
Thanks for playing for a minute, man.
Yep.
Freddy, who is your favorite character so far in just the few minutes we've been playing?
Sean.
Yeah, you've been having a lot of fun with him. You want to try him?
Sure.
I think I'm going to do some Leon.
Type C.
I'll do the same. This game lets you customize outfits. I haven't tried any of that yet, of course. And I don't know if it's like an unlockable system, like Injustice, or if it just has everything in it already, and you can just use what's there, because I haven't tried it yet. But luckily, you don't have to unlock the polygonal suits. Alright, Frey, you ready?
Uh-huh.
Let's go, son.
That looks cool.
Yeah, that's a cool suit. I like it. Freddy is being the drunken boxer, who was originally introduced in Virtua Fighter 2, and has been in every game since then. I've never really gotten the hang of Shun. My dad was good with him when we used to play a lot.
Oh. Okay, I'm going hard on you this time.
Good luck, sir. It does feel like they've gone out of their way to try to make some of these characters look like they're aging in real time. Certain of them do and certain of them don't. Like, Lau looks a lot older than he used to. And I'm talking about, like, from the original 5 too. Like they don't. He doesn't look any older than he did in 5, but I mean the original models from 5, more or less the ages look the same. But from like 4 to 5, it looks like Lau aged 10 years, and Shun too. And Shun was already, of course, pretty old in 2, so it looks like he's 115 years old now, and Lau looks like he's about 80. But Sarah still looks solid 28, maybe 30.
Okay, now I'm gonna try Pai.
I know there's probably not a ton of interest in this game on the channel, but I could not help myself but to do a little bit of content on it. Aoi is the most fascinating newer character in the franchise. Again, there's no brand new characters. Let's see what Type D looks like for her in this new version. Yeah, Dave, Freddy is just good at video games in general. He will beat me at this sometimes. And he and Jason both have a really good handle on Virtua Fighter now, because we play 1 and 2 all the time. And of course, the later games are a lot more involved, but luckily they never changed the whole control scheme like some other franchises have.
She looks the same. Wait,
No, Pai's got an awesome, like, Asian dress going on. That is cool looking. I've never seen that. And I don't know if that's new to this, or... The problem is that I'm not super familiar with 5, so I'm sure there are some things that are the same between them that I'm not aware of. Good job, man.
Mm-hmm.
But immediately, the menus are different, the music of the menus are different, is different, and it's just really updated and classy looking, and it is much prettier. If you look at a side-by-side comparison, I mean, you can really tell. And it's not just updated graphics, it's not just a remaster. I think it's rebuilt from the ground up. And if not, there are certain things about it are. I think you're going to get me this time, man. I have not practiced with Aoi enough. I don't know her real well. Blue Ranger X11, hi there. That's a name I don't recognize. How you doing? I'm more of a Tekken guy, but this looks great. Yeah, and I played some Tekken back in the day. I started with Virtua Fighter as far as 3D fighters go, and of course it was the first 3D fighter, and I played in arcades when I found it, and just fell in love with it immediately. Just rocked my world with how realistic at the time it seemed. Of course, it's laughable now. I'll do Jeffrey.
Okay.
And then I would occasionally find a Tekken machine, and I'd go, okay, so this is... You gotta pick a place. Oh, no, I had to pick a place because I lost. That's right. And I would go... Oh, did we already go here?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's all right. Well, we'll go here again. But I would play Tekken, and I'd be like, oh, okay, so that's Virtua Fighter if it had, you know, like crazy Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat type moves.
Whoa, he's cool. Oh, we're both big.
Brad is huge. Because it actually has the more supernatural stuff and energy projectiles and that sort of thing. Virtua Fighter, at least in story, has a little bit of a sci-fi component.
Come on.
With Dural, who is a cyborg. Kind of looks like the T-1000. But it is all about realistic fighting and different characters with different fighting styles. That was always the big appeal to it.
Come on.
And then it wasn't...
I didn't even get to see his pounce.
And then it's not a button masher. You have to kind of know what you're doing. Yeah, sorry, Freddy. Okay, why don't we go in and try some of the retro stuff now?
Okay.
You want to do that? I'm sorry, man. Beat you kind of tough there, man. I'm not going super easy on Freddy, though, because as you noticed earlier, he kind of knows what he's doing. So you go to configuration. This is if you have the DLC. So if you just play this for free with PS Now, you won't have this. It's a $10 add-on. If you are concerned, like I am, that eventually you won't have access to this, I would encourage you, if you really like it, to go ahead and buy the full version. But anyway, we're going to put the music settings to Virtua Fighter 2, because that's my favorite soundtrack. And so what it'll do is it'll assign a Virtua Fighter 2 song to each of the regular courses in the game. I wish it had retro courses. That would be really cool. It doesn't, but this is the next best thing, and it doesn't just randomly select music. They are assigned as far as I can tell. But as you can see, every soundtrack is in here, including the different variations from 4 to Evolution and 5 to the various versions of 5. So anyway, we'll go with Virtua Fighter 2, and then we'll go to retro, and that gives you the different or the UI settings for the classic mode. And in any mode, you're actually able to use the skins for the polygonal versions. So Freddy, why don't we both pick polygonal versions? And there's 2 variations for each. So it's not specifically Virtua Fighter 1, Virtua Fighter 2.
Let's show them Shrine.
Sure. So it's a little surreal because you've got polygonal characters on top of more realistic looking backgrounds. And it's still a somewhat like modernized version of this.
This is cool.
And you get it for every character. So even people that were never given that treatment back in Virtua Fighter 1 And that's a thing that we did with the 10th anniversary game that was included on Virtua Fighter 3. You had, or 4 on PS2. You had to hunt for it if you didn't know about it, because for some reason they didn't tell you on the packaging, except for I think somewhere buried in the back maybe. And that's a fun game if you ever go back and find it. In Japan, they released it by itself, but here it was just part of that game. What's up, Fred?
So, I figured out what Brad's pounce is like. Sarah's and pies.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yep. That's true. He lands a little harder. Jeez, man! Stop it! I can't believe that. I think you got me 5 times with that.
I did that with Jason.
But yeah, if you're familiar with Virtua Fighter 1 and 2, you'll notice with the UI settings that all the fonts and everything look more like they did then. It's got the same font and colors for the ready screen. Jeez, you got me. Good job, son. And this is why I'm not going that easy on Freddy.
I just keep pouncing you.
Chewbacca's Lover, will you and Jason put out some father and son comic book reviews? Yeah, we're talking about it. We're thinking about doing Shattered Grid that way. Yeah, that was nuts, dude. Dave didn't know there was a Game Gear Virtua Fighter game. There is, and it's very strange.
Jeffrey.
I played it on original hardware just last year when I got a Game Gear finally. Okay. Who do I want to try? I haven't been L-Blaze in a while. I'm sure I'll crash and burn, but I'm gonna try him anyway. Oh wait a minute, did you do the polygonal version?
Mm.
Okay, I'll go back and do that. I forgot for a second we were showing that off.
Wait, no. I didn't do it.
Oh, that's weird. It won't just let you back out? Okay. I don't like that with this menu, that if you make any mistake at all, you have to go all the way back to the very first menu. That's not cool. And that's just standard modern, like, game menu stuff at this point. That's a mistake.
You did the polygonal version again.
Oh, really? Well, whatever. I thought I did. That's fine. You also can play the polygonal skin against somebody, against just a regular character, and that's pretty cool. Blue Ranger says Freddy might become a pro player. You should see him on other stuff, man. We've done a stream for Mario Tennis. Go back and look at that. I beat him one time in an hour. I can't beat him. But he's like that with a lot of stuff. He's been playing through Cuphead, and he's killing it.
I got to World 4.
On his own. So this is just very strange and surreal looking. And so we're at Wolf's stage here, and it's assigned Wolf's music from PS2, which is, or PS2, sorry, from Virtua Fighter 2, which is really cool.
No! How did you beat me?
I punched you repeatedly. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
I'm gonna kick you repeatedly. And probably pounce you. If it'll work.
Maybe we'll go in and throw on Virtua Fighter 1 music here in a minute. But yeah, it's wonderfully nostalgic on top of being a really good modern fighter now. I haven't gotten into any of the other modes yet, because I've just been playing with the kids.
Come on!
So I'll go in and see if it's much deeper somehow than the original. I don't know if any new movesets have been added or anything. And I think the movesets are exactly the same when you pick the polygonal versions. They're just skins. I'll do Pai.
I'll do Old Lao with pixelated.
Bryant, I don't have the Power Rangers visual history book. Well, maybe. Actually, I'm not sure if that's the one I have. I have something like that.
Island.
Dimitri, Hi, Dimitri. Am I the only one who mains Pai Chan? No, definitely not. My dad played as her most of the time.
We're
when I was
both
growing up.
Chans.
Yes, because Pai is his estranged daughter. Oh! That was not my block button. Nicely done, Frey.
I am going really hard on you. No!
Pai I go to quite a bit. Sarah's my main. And I'm playing as a lot of different characters right now just to show folks off for people. But my 3 favorites are Sarah, Pai, and Lao. Never got great at Akira. It's a good thing for you that you stopped that, dude. Wow.
Come on!
Nicely done, dude. Bob the Hun, Jason's pretty clever in your father and son reviews. One wonders where he'll be in adulthood. I have that too. Yeah, thanks, man.
Okay.
And thanks a lot, guys, for watching those if you've done that. Really means a lot to Jason. Thanks, Jerbear. Yeah, I've been wanting to review Shattered Grid for a long time.
You're gonna be Sarah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How about
Bob, of course Sarah's your main. She's your wife. Yeah, and Sarah's always been my main, and one of my favorite video game characters. And I've said this before, but it's one of the reasons that I was really excited when I ended up falling in love with a person named Sarah. I kind of got lucky that that happened to be Sarah's name. Okay, let's go.
How did you do that?
Freddy, I'm going to go to Virtua Fighter 1 music here in a minute,
Okay.
if that's cool. We listen to the Virtua Fighter soundtracks quite a bit when we're playing the Power Rangers fighting game.
Come on. How do you do
Just
the
goes really
block
well with that. Or
button?
not fighting game, pardon me. The board game. Oh, the block button?
Mm-hmm.
It's square.
Oh.
Yep. And you also press, I believe, square and X, yeah, to throw. See? I shouldn't have given him that. He was playing with a handicap and still playing that well. Did you guys see that? It's nuts.
No! Come on!
Sorry, Freddy. You're too good, man. I can't be too easy on you, dude.
Yeah. Well, now I'm gonna be too hard on you.
Just do it. Do it up. Kill it. See, we've been streaming for about 23 minutes. Are you still having fun, Frank?
Mm-hmm.
I think we're just going to hang out and keep playing here for a while, guys. Anybody that wants to stick around with us. And we'll just keep it on the retro settings. It is a lovely game regardless of the retro stuff. If you don't get the DLC, it is still very much worth it. And the DLC, I think, also has a bunch of extra costume stuff, maybe. I'm not sure. I don't know why they made that old DLC. I honestly think they probably should have just built it, you know, kept it in the game in the first place. But I do appreciate that if they had to do that... I don't think I played as Lao much. Go ahead and pick a place. I do appreciate that if they had to do that, at least you get it in the $30 price tag if you buy the game outright. Dave, hypothetically, do you think Virtua Fighter 4 could have been done on the Dreamcast, considering the hardware was essentially double the power? You know, I do. I think it would have strained it. They may have had to tone it down graphically a bit. But I ran 3 with no problem, and it was a nearly arcade-perfect port, as far as I understand it. And, you know, I've reevaluated 3. I used to not really care for that game, and it was the one I was missing for a long time, and Jason finally bought it for me, of course, on the Dreamcast, for Christmas last year. And I've gone back to it and was really enjoying it.
Come on.
Really high degree of consistent quality with the Virtua Fighter games. There's just not a bad one. Unless you count Virtua Fighter Kids, which is, you know, kind of a joke in the first place. Probably shouldn't have been a whole game, but I'm glad to have it. Oh, man, he's gonna get me! Does the grunting help? Does it help? Are you like Tommy from Power Rangers? Alright, he got me once.
Like
Good job.
jumping and punching.
Good job, Freddy. Dimitri says, what a love story, holding out hope I meet a Pai one day. That'd be great, man. I have never met anybody named Pai. Oh, come on! Yeah, Dimitri, I didn't know that you were a Virtua Fighter fan at all. He and I have talked about Knights some, but I guess Dimitri is more of a Sega fan all the way around, maybe, than I realized. Alright, come on. Let's go.
Oh!
Sorry, Freddy.
Can't I do something?
You did a lot, man. You nearly got me there. Dude, that was super close. Freddy is very, very competitive, and he will scream at me if I lose, and we just gotta not take it personally. Are you okay? Mm-hmm. Do you wanna play some more? Mm-hmm. Or are you good? Did we switch you to Virtua Fighter 1 music? Mm-hmm. Okay. I was just concentrating so hard I wasn't even paying. Okay, so I'm gonna try Lei-Fei or Lei-Fei, however he's pronounced. Earlier we had this joke where Freddy misheard it, and or Freddy pronounced it weird, and Jason thought he said Wi-Fi. So we've been calling this guy Wi-Fi.
And I'm doing pixelated. I mean, oh my god.
Polygonal.
Polygon.
Oh man, he looks crazy in polygons.
And you're not even polygonal.
I'm not. They brought him back from 4. Pardon me, from 3. He wasn't in 4. And then I believe 5 brought back everybody that had been in a Virtua Fighter game. And it'll be interesting if a 6 is ever made. It's surreal, again, because I never thought we'd get a new Virtua Fighter at all. So a 6 is totally possible now. And if that ever happens, it'll be interesting to see if we get any new characters. Or if they're bringing anybody from other franchises, because that's never been done in a Virtua Fighter. Calm down, buddy.
Okay.
Because that's never been done in a Virtua Fighter, and I'm not saying that I necessarily want that. I don't know if I would. But Virtua Fighter characters have been in a couple of Dead or Alive games, which is why I tried those. And that is a wonderfully rich fighting system.
Yes.
4 and 5 especially.
I did it. I beat you.
You did. Good job. Whoa, that's weird. No, stop it. You knocked the cameraman over.
Oh my god.
Okay, I mean, calm down. You won a fighting match. Great. Like, calm down. Come on, Eileen.
Polygonal.
Let's do Broken House.
Broken House?
Yes, Broken House.
Okay.
Thanks for hanging out with us this afternoon, if you are doing that right now. You guys are great. Oh, that's a cute outfit. I had not seen that. She's just got sweatpants.
No.
I'm gonna have to really concentrate now. Freddy's beaten me 3 or 4 times now. Freddy, I think at some point you're gonna have to start doing tournaments and stuff, dude.
So that's
Eileen,
what her pounces.
Yeah, it's cool. She has the monkey fighting style, which as far as I know has never been in any other fighter. Could be wrong, but I don't know about it. There we go!
Come on.
I want to get good with her, because I like her fighting style a lot. It's cool.
Okay, I'm never gonna be Jackie again. I just don't like him.
I have never really cared for playing as Jackie.
You lost one time.
Oh, you mean in that particular match? Yeah. I haven't tried Vanessa in a long time. I'm gonna see what she looks like in polygons. Or did you do her earlier?
I didn't do her at all.
That's right, Dave. I'm faster than lightning! They've kept all the goofy catchphrases and things, which is great. I don't think I would want Virtua Fighter to ever lose its cheese factor entirely. Oh my god, she looks crazy.
And she's super big.
Yes. Man, I'm not used to her.
But you'll probably beat me with her.
Just not used to this boxing style. I think she's like a kickboxer. Ah, man. I saw that coming. Hi, Dead Schooled. I can't believe they gave us this awesome game for free. I used to play this all the time back in the day. Yeah, it's nuts that the original Virtua Fighter 5 is as old as it is. Because now that game itself is nostalgic for people. The last entry we had, I'm an old person, so that still feels not too long ago. If you were 10 when that came out, you're 20 now. Nuts. I started primarily on Virtua Fighter 2 and played Virtua Fighter 1 in arcades pretty frequently. Well, I guess I played 2 in arcades.
No!
Yeah, you were really close.
Come on.
And then I got 1 on 32X when that came out. And I missed the crappy port of Virtua Fighter 1 on the Saturn. For a long time, I didn't even know that that existed. Good job. Nice throw, man. But don't try to throw so much that you sacrifice getting hits off.
Come on.
Because I think that's part of why you were having a tough time that match. Because you were just trying to grab too much. Mm-hmm. It's the thing you want to practice, certainly, but... I think she maybe stepped on the cameraman that time. Vanessa is very up-close fighting style. Kind of a nightmare for long-range fighters like yourself, Cap. Yes, I am absolutely... You were right about that. I'm going to be Sarah again. Do her classic look.
How about statues?
If you're interested in Virtua Fighter and you haven't seen it, check out the father and son video that Jason and I did on the original Virtua Fighter cabinet that I own. We had it turned into we had it transformed into an emulator machine, and it plays a bunch of arcade games and 90s console games.
I think I'm just blocking.
And it's great. You gotta come get me. You gotta come get me, son. Have you ever played as Go?
Nope.
He's hard. He's hard to get used to.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now come on.
No.
Well, what do you think, man?
Mm-hmm.
A couple more matches?
Mm-hmm.
You gonna play a little longer?
Mm-hmm.
I am really excited to dive into this one player and just learn everything I can learn about it.
I don't really know who I'm gonna be, so I'm just gonna...
Oh, you're gonna go random? You know what? I'll do it too. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
I'll blaze again. Crap.
I'm Sarah.
Dave always wondered what it is about Virtua Fighter that has always appealed to you more than Tekken or Street Fighter Cap. Any particular reason? Some of it is just... It's the 3D fighter I most grew up on. But I always... really appreciated the realistic fighting component to it. Every other fighting game I would play had, like, fireballs and stuff. And at the time, it felt like a simulator. And it's funny because I'm not big into simulators, but anything else. But it was just... I guess it was a big deal to me that it was, like, real fighting. I just thought that was cool. And then it was the one that, you know, you get set in your ways, and it was just the one I got good at. Again, I'm not great or anything, but it's a thing that I learned enough to look impressive with people that had never played it. And I like Tekken a lot, but I find it a little stiffer. I think this is the best fighter for different fighting styles. I think they did an even better job than Soul Calibur and Mortal Kombat once they introduced weapons. I agree. And I love Soul Calibur, but I've never sunk a lot of time into it. That is my wife's favorite fighter. And Sarah's not a big fighting game fan. That's the only one I can get her to sit down and play regularly if we're playing fighters. That was a really nice combination, Fred. If you don't win this whole fight, be proud of that, because that looked great. Nicely done. Nicely done. Oh, come on.
Ow.
He's gonna get me. You got me on the ropes here, man.
Yes.
That was excellent.
I did it.
Yeah, I love that they're real fighting styles too. That's the appeal for me, says Dead Schooled.
Finally, I won a match.
And I found myself getting kind of involved in some of the backstories a little when I was a kid. You know, you didn't have anything outside of the rulebook. There was never a story mode. Virtua Fighter has never had a true story mode like in Injustice or Mortal Kombat or something.
I'm Vanessa.
Oh, you know what? I will do it too. I am Lion, or Leon, rather. Let's do the retro one. We haven't played that yet.
Yeah, we have. I picked that a few fights ago.
So yeah, I'm pretty sure they included this course so that it would be fun to play with the polygonal characters in a retro setting. And we are ironically not doing that this time, even though we're still playing with Virtua Fighter 1 music. Although I think if you go to this stage, this is the only music that ever plays on it. Because we went here when we were playing VF2 music, and we still ended up with this music. Wow, you just murdered me there. That was devastating.
So I got you 3 times.
Is that the 3rd time you beat me?
I think the 4th, actually.
Surely
it
not.
says 3, but I think it
He's like, but I don't believe that. Okay. Well, I guess that means it's Kaje time.
Kaje time?
Yes. Yeah, Daniel, I just wish there were more of them. There's just that one retro stage. And it would be...
second costume.
Considering we made it possible to hear all the music and to do... it's the only thing that I'm a little disappointed about, and I don't want to be entitled about it because it's still wonderful, everything about this so far. But I do wish that they could have thrown in at least a few retro stages.
This is one we haven't done yet.
Ooh, Kaje looks really cool at this place, though. And again, I do appreciate that the music is actually assigned. No?
I'm thinking I'm Black Kaje, and I am.
You are Black Kaje. You're black and I'm blue. Oop, 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 stop it! Okay, you're only gonna do that one more time.
No. Blue. I don't know why that...
Blue Ranger X, do you not have any barcades nearby? He says he misses arcades. We have some really cool ones. In fact, one of my favorites used to have a Virtua Fighter 1 machine, and it still has a lot of Sega, though. It's got a Virtua Cop 2 machine, and it's got a Crazy Taxi machine. You are just wild today, dude. You're playing really well. If I give Freddy a virtual hand for the performance that he's given you here, he's been doing really, really well.
Yes.
Nicely done, sir. Yikes. I used to be a little better with Cage than I am now. There's a couple moves I just don't remember anymore. He has a pounce thing he does. Not like that, but the like, kind of cat pounce he does from the ground. I don't remember how to do that anymore. Ah! Yes! Got me again.
I won!
Man, I can't believe that.
I won 5 times now.
Good job, Freddy.
Mm-hmm.
He's just such a natural at video games in general. Alright, well, I'm gonna go back to my crutch. My crutch and my first crush all at the same time.
Really?
Yeah, Daniel, I wasn't sure what Brad's fighting
I'm
style
gonna be
was.
Pai. Which is...
Oh, okay, Blue Ranger, that's a bummer.
Pai is almost the same as Sarah.
In what way?
Pounces?
Well, yeah, she has a couple moves that are similar, but their fighting styles are totally different.
Uh-huh.
I will say it took me a long time to get used to... Oh, that was the wrong button. It took me a long time to get used to not jumping like you're on the moon in Virtua Fighter.
No. No. Come on. I'm gonna do a lot of blocking this time. Woo! No! Why?
Well, I was trying some different characters that I'm not the best with when you were beating me constantly, and Sarah's just... She's my girl, man.
I'm gonna try for my 6th win. With... Wolf. Wolf versus Jeffrey again?
Daniel, what's the difference between Drunken Master and Shun D's style? I thought it was about the same, I'm not sure. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, I thought he was a Drunken Master.
How about Arena?
And only because of that, since he has a pouch of alcohol that he occasionally takes a swig from, every Virtua Fighter game with him in it has to mention, like, alcohol reference in its rating. It's usually like 10 plus or something.
Come on. I'm gonna win this time. Come
Yeah.
on. Why can't I win?
Well, you can, because you did it 5 times, as you said earlier. Okay, but where is Jeffrey's... You remember Jeffrey's classic line? Can you do it? Jeffrey's classic line? I win! Alright. Well, I thought we'd quit by now. We're having too much fun. You want to play some more?
How about a couple more matches?
Couple more matches? Yeah, it's almost 3:30. You have to get a snack and stuff. So we'll do that for folks and then get going. Thanks again for popping in, guys. Thanks for watching after the fact if you're doing that. Who am I gonna be this time? I'm gonna try her some more. I think she is the more modern character that I most want to get good with. And it's funny because, like, I could have done this all along. It's not like I needed this new version of this game to play with that character and get good with her. You know, I want to say it plays more or less the same. I'd have to go back between them and see how different the controls actually are.
I'm done.
But if you're familiar with Virtua Fighter 1, guys, like, you see what I was saying earlier, like, with a character like Shun, it's throwback polygonal, but it's still more modern looking. With the textures and the way the light hits it, so that it can integrate at all on these backgrounds. And even still, it's weird looking.
Come on.
That was great. Good job, man.
Why can't I do anything?
She's tough, man. All right, 2 more.
Okay.
Let's do another one where we pick random characters, and then let's do one where we play with our best characters.
Okay.
So this time we'll do the question mark. Right?
I'm Lei-Fei.
Oh, you're gonna beat me. You're almost certainly gonna get me this time.
Random.
Dave, bit too ambitious making Virtua Fighter 2 for Mega Drive. Well, a lot of people felt that way, but I think that's a somewhat misunderstood game. It's turning Virtua Fighter into a 2D fighter. If you play it like Virtua Fighter, it sucks. If you play it like a 2D version of Virtua Fighter, it's a lot more fun. I have really learned to appreciate that game. Would have been nice to see a 32X or even SVP advancement port if it stuck around. I don't know how well the 32X could have handled Virtua Fighter 2, considering how hard of a time it had with 1, to be brutally honest with you. I mean, that's a good port, and I go back and play it all the time, because there's not a good emulation for 1 or 2. It sucks. The arcade machine that I have was a Virtua Fighter 1 machine, but I can't play the an arcade perfect version of it right now. Man, you got an excellent on me. Good job. Because every time somebody has attempted to do that on MAME, it's just been real glitchy. And I've not found a good port. Or a good ROM. Oh, man. Good job. Like I said, I've never been good with her. Nicely
I thought
done.
you were rig out.
Oh, did you?
Uh-huh. Look.
Oh, you knocked me over that. I didn't know you could do that. Daniel, I love that mechanic with that mechanic with Shun. Pardon me, mechanic. That the more you drink, you unlock more moves and start moving faster. It's an interesting push and pull. Yeah, and I've just never gotten into the rhythm of it. I need to learn how to use him. It's funny, you have franchises like this that I played for like 20 years and I've still, or more, and I've still never, you know, mastered anything like everything about them. Alright, best characters, Fred. I'm gonna do Sarah one more time.
I'm gonna do regular. Wow. City again?
Sure.
Okay.
Because it's cool. And I think it has Sarah music, but I can't remember. I am going to have a hard time getting much work done this week, now that this is out.
I'm
this is just weird looking.
Lao.
Old man Lao.
Uh-huh.
Nice. Wow. That was really good, dude. That was impressive. He might beat my Sarah, you guys. I don't think you beat my Sarah today, have you?
I don't think so.
Maybe you haven't, I missed it. Or I can't remember. You gotta do it now, I think. Lao has always been his best character. And when he does beat me with Sarah, when he does beat me and I'm playing as Sarah, it's with Lao. Nice. Oh, no. He's got me.
I did it. I beat you with Lao.
I can't believe you did that. You want to do a rematch?
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna quit, but I want a rematch. Can we have a rematch?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we'll do best 2 out of 3 with these characters.
Okay.
Freddy and I get really competitive. I don't think you've beaten me quite as many times as I've beaten you, Freddy, but I think you've gotten close. I mean, you've played really well today.
Mm-hmm. If I win this, we're gonna be tied.
I'm having a hard time getting out of that.
What?
Ha! You get mad you're gonna kiss my arm? I don't know what that's about. It's very strange. So mad at Dad, I'm gonna kiss his arm. He just pisses me off, that guy. Let's go. Let's go.
What?
Alright, one more. We are tied up.
No, we aren't.
No, we're tied up for this. So what I said was best 2 out of 3. You beat me once. I beat you once. Now we're gonna do one more rematch to see which of us wins. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
We're tied up right now.
Okay.
On that.
Okay.
And then that's the last thing we'll do today, and we'll bid you guys farewell.
If I win,
I've played this
Then
game
I
for,
win
what, 15
every-
years, says Daniel, and I really only know how to play Pai and Shun, a little bit of Vanessa. It is deeper than a lot of people give it credit for. I hope it catches on again and gets more popular than it has been in a long time.
no, no.
I'm so excited about this. Because the new folks that are trying it already today, I'm hearing nothing but lovely things. People are like, oh, that's what Virtua Fighter is. Yeah, guys, it is, and it's beautiful.
Oh my gosh.
Let's go. We're just not going to let this stand.
What?
You let up right at the last minute, I think. Yes!
Come on.
Sorry, Freddy. You got me that first time, man. I just couldn't let it stand. We'll play some more off camera, okay?
Okay.
Here in a little bit, or after a while. You want to go get a snack stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Can you say thanks to everybody for watching?
Thanks.
Come here. I know. It's hard losing, huh? You beat me a bunch. You beat me like 5 times in a row, man.
Mm.
All right, well, folks, thanks a lot for watching us play some of the new Virtua Fighter. I'm stoked. I'm so excited. And you might not see me as much this week because I'm having a hard time not wanting to play this a lot. And we might come back and stream some more. I might see how I'm doing with one player and check in after I've learned a few things and play. Do like a I don't know, arcade playthrough or something. Thanks, Dave. Thanks, Daniel. Dead Schooled was in here talking to us a lot. Thanks a lot, everybody. We'll see you again real soon. I was Captain Logan, and that was Freddy, and Jason was here at the beginning. Later, folks. Bye, everybody.
I just don't know why you beat me a lot.
Because I know what I'm doing, man.